Guys, I've just signed off the final cut for the second episode, and there's a little surprise that Anthony doesn't know about. A couple of years ago, he recorded something when he was going through the hardships that he's going to talk about on the episode, and this is a must. I had to add it and include it. He doesn't know, so make sure you stay till then to watch it and show him some love, because this is like phenomenal.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Gidis Show.
The Gidis Show.
I knew you were going to do that. I was scared you were going to do it at the same time as me.
Well, last week you told me off, so I thought I'm going to do it, but I'll be
yeah, no, but then I done it at the end, so you thought, okay, it's calm now. But
I just done a little echo.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Echo's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Do you want to say how grateful we are, honestly?
Yeah, guys.
How overwhelmed we are.
Yeah, we are very overwhelmed. We feel the love. We feel the energy. We've had much positive feedback, both separately and together.
Yeah.
I think, the first episode went well. We've got a tiny bit of constructive criticism, which course,
is good.
Yeah, we'll
because
take that.
If we didn't get any, that means it's all fake anyway.
Yeah, this is also true. But we are quite good.
No, I'll give it to you.
Yeah?
I'll give it to us. Pretty sick.
Yeah. So we hope that sets the sort of bar for the rest of the series.
It's only up from here. That was the first one, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. We made a few mistakes, but we learn. Us Gidis boys, we never fail. Either we win
or we learn.
So, this episode is going to be just a tiny bit different. Obviously, we've told you last week that we have lots of really sick guests coming on. Today's guest is very special to me. It's I don't know if you've heard of him. Anthony Kiz. Wagwan.
Name rings a bell.
Yeah. So Anthony's going to tell us his story about how he made his brand and his company, and how he's got to where he's got. And even though Anthony is sort of in the barbering world, in the trading world, in that sort of world, the key skills that entrepreneurs need, no matter what industry you're in, you have to have a set of key skills and a business mind to carry on your entrepreneurialism. That's a bit of a tongue twister, that, isn't it?
Just say your entrepreneur journey. It's easier.
Yeah, it'll help on your entrepreneur journey.
Yeah.
But before that, how's your day?
Busy.
Yeah.
But that's just a day in the life of an entrepreneur, right?
Of course, always.
Busy but productive.
Yeah.
Always productive.
That's it.
20,000 steps standard.
20,000?
Every day.
Bro, I get tired just thinking about taking 20,000 steps. Are you mad?
I like to walk. That's a secret. That's a little secret to life.
Yeah.
Going on walks. Anyway, how was your day?
My day was sick, bruv. I've actually had a really, really sick day. Touch wood, and thanks be to God, I've had a brilliant day. I put a video up last night, a really boring video. I got in a tiny bit of an altercation with a Karen, or as I've found out today, they're called Kevins, apparently. Anyway, I met a Karen who wasn't happy because I was illegally parked. Anyway, I didn't overreact like the old kids would have. I didn't get angry like the old kids.
I'm proud of you, by the way.
You know what?
I'm proud of you. I watched that video and I was waiting for you to go skits. I was waiting for you to just explode as you've previously done.
Yeah. No, not anymore, apparently.
No.
So big up to Dr. Bruce, okay, my therapist. 800,000 people so far in the last 24 hours have bear witness to the new cool, calm, collected Kiz. But yeah, and then just off the back of that, I just told myself today I'm going to have a sick day, and thank God it's turned out to be a sick day all in all. Yeah, very good. So, without further ado, over to you.
Right. So I wanted to talk about building a business and brand at university, because I don't think it's been spoken about much, because it's two sides. You're either on the uni and the safe and employment route, or you're the self-employed entrepreneur who doesn't go to uni, never done well in school, one or the other. But I would highly suggest that if you are entrepreneurial and you have a urge to start a business, you've always wanted to start a business, I wouldn't necessarily say that means don't go to uni.
Okay.
Because going to uni is it's all about experience. It's all about becoming independent. I'm talking solely about moving out of your hometown for uni, by the way. Otherwise, you're basically just going to college. There's no difference. Your life doesn't change. You still live with family. That's how you get the most out of uni.
The best experience, for
definitely
sure.
builds you it builds your character. And one thing it teaches you straight away is that in this world you are alone.
Yep.
Because you're automatically just you don't know anyone. You're put in this place. You're used to family. You're used to friends. You don't know anyone. You go to this brand new place and you realize you're in this world alone, and everything that happens to you is a result of your choices and actions.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I got to uni, I always knew I didn't want to go to uni. I didn't want to get a degree. But like you, obviously, parents had to go to uni. So I was like, all right, let me get in, and then I'll figure out getting out. But
okay. So you went in with the premise that I'm going to work out how to get out of it, but I'm definitely not finishing it, basically.
Yeah.
So you knew that from the offset.
100% fact.
Okay.
I knew that. 100% fact. I tried to, like negotiate with my parents. Nah, they weren't having it. They were like, you have to get a degree.
Yeah, that's what they said too, innit? They don't understand. What do you mean you're not going to uni?
They were
Computer does not comprehend.
No. So I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'll go to uni. Anyway, like I said, I always wanted to start a business. I knew from when I was a kid, I knew I need to have my own business. I don't like the idea of working for someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the idea of being in a company employed and I'm working next to the biggest idiot and I'm the smartest person in the company. Say, for example, I'm the smartest person in that company. I'm working next to the most stupid person in that company. The fact that we both get paid the same amount of money doesn't sit right with me. The fact that you are signed 30 grand a year, 40 grand a year, and no matter how smart or hard you work, you're getting 30 grand a year. Nah.
You know what was the pinnacle moment for me?
What?
Is when I found out the age of retirement. Like, what? As a kid, I was like, I heard the word retirement and I asked about what this retirement is. And then I found out, I think at the time it was like 65. It's 67 now. And I've been at work since I was 14. So I quickly done some maths. I thought, wait a minute, if I started work at 14 and I work all the way to 67, that's 53 odd years that I'm going to be working. And like, how much more do I think me being an unhealthy Arab who eats samna and this and that, like, how much more time am I going to have after 67? And let's say I was lucky and I got another 8 years. I'm not going to have the health to run around. I'm not going to have the drive to do the things. I'm not going to have the passion. And I was just like, I went to my economics teacher actually at the time and I was like, yo, listen, so about this retirement thing, what do you do if you don't want that? Like, I don't want to work all my life for a company or 2 companies or whatever and then retire at 67. And he said to me, well, the people that don't want to do that, they start their own businesses. I looked down and I said, okay, well, I guess I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what business. I didn't have any idea. All I knew is I was not going to work for somebody until I'm 67.
Well, yeah, I was in the same boat. I didn't know what I was going to do, but it's the same thing. There's no way I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that's bananas.
Getting paid 12 times a year.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, especially because in college times I was doing a bit of things on the side, no dodgy stuff, just like selling phones and all of that stuff, and I was getting paid like whenever I'd put in the work.
Yeah,
it's not
every time you make a sale or a transaction, there was money coming to you. Yeah,
there's no way. So I sat down with myself and I analysed. Okay, I'm gonna go to uni. I'm gonna start a business. I knew that. I knew I was getting a loan. What can I do? What could I possibly do? So the first thing I thought to myself: what does every single student spend money on?
What? Food.
4 things. Money on.
I mean, so what are the 4 main things that all the students spend their money on?
Food.
Yeah.
Haircuts.
Straight away.
Yeah, because I thought students going out all the time, they want to look fresh, trying to impress the girls.
Especially, freshers in the first years and whatnot.
Freshers, all that. They got this massive loan, they've never seen money, they're going to spend it on haircuts, they're going to look fresh.
And you're about to meet a few thousand people or a few hundred people or whatever many people, and you're like, you want to make a good impression. So you definitely, I think the girls will do their hair and nails and this and that. But for us as guys, all we can do is have a decent, sharp looking haircut.
So I was like, cool, food, haircuts. Then there's drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get involved in drugs and alcohol. I wanted the legit way. So I thought food, haircuts. And I thought, well, selling food is just like,
long,
I've got to compete with like what the likes of Tesco and meal deals, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I didn't think I would have a future in it. But haircuts, I was quite interested because I was always at the barbershop anyway.
I was just going to say, where did your love for this start? Like, was it something you always done, or was it just because that you thought, right, this is what I can do? So
well, it all happened like perfect timing. So, like I said, I was in the barbershop all the time. I like getting a haircut every single week. And
before you were a barber?
Yes.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. That's another thing that led me to do it. I was like, you know what? My parents were like, when I got to second year A-level, before I went to uni, like, all right, you need to focus on your studies. You need to stop working. I used to work at KFC part-time. They're like, you got to stop working, so you can focus on your A-levels. I couldn't afford a haircut every week anymore, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I was like, I need to figure out a way. Before all of this, I was like, I need to figure out a way to get free haircuts.
Yeah.
And the only way is either I cut my hair myself or I work at a barber shop, but both required me to learn how to cut hair.
Mm-hmm.
So then later on, when I started getting serious about uni and starting a business, I was like, hold on, if I can learn how to cut hair, I can save my money because I'll get free haircuts,
Yeah.
and I can make money. So I was
Happy
like,
days.
happy days.
Happy days, mate.
That's it. So
Is that how it came about then?
yeah,
Originally?
yeah.
Sick.
So I spent that summer before going to uni at the barber shop every single day. Wasn't getting paid for it, wasn't a barber, wasn't cutting hair, but I was sweeping the floor, I was preparing coffees, washing, drying towels, helping my barber because he had just opened his own shop and he was alone for the summer. Something's
So you were
happened.
his little sidekick?
Call it that, yeah. I've heard worse names than what my friends used to call me for him, but that's fine.
No, sidekick.
Yeah. They were like, why are you doing this? You're not getting paid for it. Come out, it's summer holidays.
They didn't see the vision, bro.
I was
Of
like,
course,
you
you
guys
had the
don't
vision
know,
from the beginning.
that's like, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm planting a seed.
Can I interject something
Go
here?
on.
That's something else. Sometimes we tell our dreams or aspirations to people around us. How do we know they even have the same
There's no
scope
point.
in mind
There's
to
no point.
even like attempt to know where you're going? So, of course,
There's
people
no
are
point
gonna
telling people what you want to do.
yeah
because-
verbal masturbation,
But,
innit?
well, yeah, I mean, like, if they're either going to push you down, they're either going to tell you it's not possible, or they're just going to gas you up and be like, yeah, bro, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And that itself might make you lazy because you're like,
Yeah.
look at all this
But there
dopamine
was a
and
study,
instant
yes.
gratification I'm getting from
That
my
study I
friends
was
telling
on
me,
about,
yeah. So just keep your mouth shut, work in silence, and let the actions do the talking.
Just for those that don't know the study we're on about, there was a study that was carried out. If you want to be an athlete and you go around telling everybody, oh, I'm going to be an athlete, I'm going to lift that many kilos, I'm going to run this fast, I'm going to do this, the mind takes that as a tiny bit of dopamine because like you're excited when you tell these things, and then that dopamine registers as if you've done the thing, and then you end up not doing the thing, and all you've done is stimulate your mind through words, and there's no action.
Yeah.
So keep your cards close to your chest and let your success and the outcome of what you're doing do the talking for you.
Exactly.
For sure.
So anyway, I spent that summer watching, taking mental notes, going home and watching YouTube videos, barbering tutorials, how to give a skin fade. Literally every single day of my life.
Sick.
Yeah. So me and my brother share a room. And at night, after a long day, I'd come home, he'd come home, he wants to sleep, and I'd be on YouTube, and all he could hear is zzz.
Oh, I bet.
And he would go skits, he would like, bro, please put it on mute. Why do you need to hear the clipper? By the way, there's no one talking. It's just zzz and a little instrumental.
Okay.
But for some, I mean, it kind of helped me sleep as well. But yeah. Anyway, the point is watching YouTube videos all night, watching live all day,
Sick.
asking questions, doing everything I have to do, helping out my barber because I knew at some point what I'm doing right now is going to pay off. Even though I'm not getting paid for it right now, later down the line, I knew that was going to pay off. So I spent that summer trying to get that experience, trying to learn from visually watching. And then I was like, all right, cool. It's time to buy some clippers. Bought some basic equipment, nothing special. And I started practicing on my friends and family. Started giving them haircuts. Basic, very, very simple haircuts.
Yeah.
After doing that for a while, I was eventually able to build a mini portfolio in the form of an Instagram page. I opened my first Instagram page, KL Cuts. I had about 3 to 4 pictures of decent haircuts.
I was one of them.
No.
Oh, no, that was
No,
before.
that was
I was on the banner.
This is
So,
like...
yeah, I was on the banner when you
ghetto
got good.
times. This is when I was cutting hair at my friend's grandma's
Ghetto times.
apartment toilet. So yeah.
Actually, that reminds me.
Yeah.
You cut my hair in Peter's toilet.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah,
That was a shite haircut.
Peter's grandma's toilet.
Yeah.
But, I know it was.
Oh, bruv, I couldn't wait to get out of there.
People went through so much. My friend lost his eyebrow and his hair.
No, alhamdulillah, it wasn't that bad for me.
Yeah, so you had it good, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, point is, lots of practice. Obviously don't get the hang of it straight away, but I was like, screw it. As long as I can get myself to a level where I can at least produce decent results. Then I started uni. And let me tell you the best thing about going to university and moving out for university. You have the ability to fully recreate your identity. People were like, nah, you're not cutting my hair because they know I just started cutting hair. Automatically, they know that. Yeah, they know I wasn't a barber. Like 2 months ago, you weren't a barber. you're not giving me a haircut.
Yeah.
People in uni, I got to uni with a page. I've got like 3, 4, 5 pictures. They look decent, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing? My name's Anthony. I'm a barber. Yeah. You want a haircut? Yeah, because we're uni. You're a student. I'm a student. You know, I get how it is. I'll do it £5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sick.
Doesn't take
£5.
a genius.
Yeah, £5.
It doesn't
£5.
take a
They'll
genius.
take the risk,
Yeah.
even if it's not a perfect haircut. I think for a £5, you've already set their expectations.
Well, that's
haven't
it. You know, you get what you pay for. No one's going to pay £5 for a haircut and be expecting the best haircut.
Yeah.
So it was. That's how it started with uni. I got to uni, and every single person who I bumped into, or every guy I bumped into, and anyone who went to Royal Holloway between 2018 and 2022 can confirm.
We should put this on the alumni. Do you have an alumni page?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
But they should see this. They should see where you're going, because in a few months, you're
well, I
gonna be
mean,
massive,
yeah.
bro.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do kind of have one. Yeah.
Yeah. Get on
I'll
that.
post it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, "Hey guys, remember me?" By the way, I was only given 4 haircuts before I got to you.
Do you know what? Most people who went to Royal Holloway. Okay, you know what? Let's see it. If you went to Royal Holloway between 2018 and 2022, did you know that I only started cutting hair after I got to uni?
What? After you got to uni?
Yeah, mate. So
Like properly? You weren't doing nothing here at the barbershop?
no, I never worked at just those toilet haircuts.
Okay.
So
So if you went to Royal Holloway in 2018, thanks for the practice, yeah. And then what?
I spent that year pretty much the only thing I cared about. By the way, my attendance non-existent. All I cared about was cutting hair, getting my name out there, building a clientele.
You weren't going to lectures or nothing?
No.
At all?
No.
Oh, so you just put your name down on the register?
We had clickers.
Okay.
So you'd have this device that was registered to your name.
Yeah.
And what would happen is you'd have to go in and click
Yeah.
to register your attendance.
Yeah.
Some
so
of
you just
the
gave yours to someone.
some of the lecturers, what they done is they couldn't be asked. They didn't really care. They'd get the register up. You'd come in. You'd click. You'd leave. Some of them were the annoying ones who like trying to be smart. What they do is they put it on a random time every lecture.
Oh, okay. So
So-
then how did you get around that?
Well, I just gave it to one of my boys. I was like, yo,
Click for me.
you're so passionate about computer science. You're so passionate about these
Oh
lectures.
yeah, tell the people what you were studying,
Oh,
by the
yeah,
way, because that is a
studying.
sick degree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what were you studying? What were you signed up for, at least?
Yeah, I signed up for computer science, masters in artificial intelligence.
Which is a sick degree, like coming off the back of the conversation we
Bro.
were having last week, brother. If you mastered that, just for the sake of argument and for us to be non-biased, we're both entrepreneurs, we're both businessmen. However,
Yeah.
if you went to uni and you got that degree, masters in artificial intelligence, the way things are going now, who knows? Somebody might pay you 100,000 a year, or you can consult with AI. But it was a sick degree.
I mean,
Nonetheless.
it sounds a lot better than it was. It's 3 years pure computer science. The last year is a deeper look into artificial intelligence. But then,
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah.
That's like me. So my degree was computer science network security. It was all computer science and like one module network
yeah.
security.
So to be honest, I just had to transition from dentistry and the medical industry because originally my parents were like, yeah. So what type of doctor are you going to be?
That's it.
I was like, probably dentist if I had to pick. But then I was like, hold on a second, I'm not doing this stuff, mate. I'm not doing this.
Dentistry is difficult as well,
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
It's
mate.
years and
Highest
years and
suicide rate.
years.
You know that
What?
students, the highest suicide rate of students are the people that study dentistry.
No
Yeah,
way.
I saw that statistic and I was like, no chance.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
dentistry.
so I had to transition to something else. I had done a bit of programming when I was a kid. I liked computer science.
that's the thing. I remember you
Yeah.
were like a proper whiz kid with
Yeah,
it. And you were
yeah,
programming
yeah,
before all
programming
of
and all
us,
of
and
that
you were like
stuff,
doing
yeah.
your thing.
So I was like, cool, if I'm going to have to go, I'll go do computer science, whatever. But then I had to make it cool. I had to make it not just computer science. So I told my parents, look, this is a master's in AI. This is the future.
The masters.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
how
yeah.
you sold it to them.
Yeah, of course,
and
mate.
then later on down the story, it's like,
Yeah. Do you not remember that video?
bro, I remember the video. Who did not see the video? So the video, the thing is, no, we'll get to it at the time because it was sick until I just found out when you and I were discussing that you had nothing to do with that apart from sign up
yeah.
to the team.
Yeah. So what happened is they put me in there was a robotics module and my parents were like, so how's uni? And I was like, yeah.
I remember where it is.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. How is it? How you finding the studying and all of that? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm studying hard, yeah. Okay, cool. Proof? not proof, but like, you know.
Come on, then show us what you've been
something.
working on.
So what happened is I heard there was a robotics group project, so I went to the group project. Turns out, true story by the way, they thought I was a glitch in the system. My group, they thought I was just a bug. They didn't think Anthony Kiz existed because they never saw me, never heard of me. They tried to reach out to me, but obviously I didn't even check my emails. So yeah, they thought I was a glitch until one time I showed up.
In real life.
Yeah, and they were like,
hello, I'm Anthony Kiz.
Whoa.
The glitch.
Yeah. Anyway, I kind of just sat there, promoted all the boys my haircuts, and if you know anything about computer science students, bro, they are not the one. They were just looking at me like,
one. But I was gonna ask you how comes they've never. But I remember what you were studying, and
they were just looking at me like I was like, yo guys, by the way, if you guys want a haircut, it's just, I'll do $5. They're like, the way they looked at me was
but
so.
the thing is, Royal Holloway is a very middle to upper class white sort of.
Well, it was until the year I joined. That's when all the foreigners, West Londoners, brown people, Arabs, Pakistanis, that's when that started joining.
Sick.
Yeah. So anyway, about the robotics thing, I sat in the corner.
Yeah. You sent your dad a sick video
Well,
because your dad came round. Listen, your dad came round, I think, before the video finished downloading on his phone, bruv. And he was showing us, look. Anthony, how much you look what Anthony made? He made this robot all by himself. And I looked at it and I was like, right, sick. My little cousin is smashing this, innit? And I looked deeper and deeper. And then I thought, right, I don't know. My little cousin, I don't know. And then I remember, I was like, oh, well done for the robot. You were like, what robot? I was like, yeah, no, don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So what I'd done is like, I was just sat there and I was like completely lost. There was bare words, bare different colours and numbers and letters and symbols and all of that on the screen. And I was like, okay, definitely no chance am I doing this as a degree. No way. I waited for them to get the robot out. They got the robot out. They started clapping. It started moving. I was like, yep, that looks like a good video.
To Dad, yeah.
Got my phone out, started recording. I made sure my friend recorded me clapping and the thing moving. I was like, yep, sent to the family group. Keep them sweet, keep them happy, keep them calm.
Definitely it worked. Your dad was so happy, bro. Your dad was like, Anthony's going to make the next iPhone. Look what he's doing now. He's clapping and he's moving, bro.
That's it, bro. But I always knew what I was going to do. I always had a plan. I knew that this would cause problems eventually. I was ready for it. I was like, okay, but you know, eventually when they find out that I'm dropping out, I'm going to have to explain all of this.
It's an easier slope to take, isn't it? Then I'm just not going to uni.
My philosophy, which is probably not the best always, but just, you know, deal with it when you get to it. Okay. So my whole thing was like, you know what, just do your part. There, yeah, of course it brings problems, but it can also be very helpful. But I was like, you know what, right now you're focused on barbering. You want to build a business. You know what's right for you. Do that. Deal with the consequences of, you know, later.
Yeah.
Anyway, after doing barbering for a year at uni, that was where basically all the practice I got. £5 haircuts. I started building the clientele because, as I said, most Arabs, foreigners, Pakistanis started coming to uni, and if you know anything about them, all they care about is their beard.
Yeah, I do know about them. I am one of them.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if you shave my head off right now and got rid of all of these lovely curls and I was bald. I have no problem as long as I got a fat beard.
Yeah.
Because this is all we have as guys.
Yeah, it's our makeup.
Yeah, it is more than our makeup. It is everything. Like I went to a barber one time and I told him this was I was in Egypt. And I said to him, my goatee, just make it, like, definitely keep it there as a goatee, just trim it down. He said to me, no, why don't we get rid of it? I said to him, geez, I don't look good without a chin, so I want it like that. He said to me, okay, put your head back. I promise you, yeah. I put my head back, and I felt it. I looked up at the mirror. That was going to be that was going to be murder, mate. That's my beard. You don't mess with a man's beard, a brown man's beard.
Yeah, well, there it is, exactly. It's such a big part of your identity, your life, who you are. Without it, you are someone different. You don't have the confidence you
Without it, I can use a Charles Bus ID.
Yeah. So that is basically... I'm so blessed for this because I was, for some reason, just always good at doing beards. Always. From day one, I was just good at beards.
Sick.
So that's what gave me a head start, a boost, because people were like, you know what, the haircut does the job. It's not the best, the fade's not the best, but the beard is so good that it outweighs the bad haircut.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. I'd
so
agree with that.
word of mouth, Royal Holloway, small campus, not exactly a big campus, right? And people would just go telling everyone, like all the foreign lot would tell everyone, oh, I got the beard and haircut.
So what, you went
tenner.
to freshers and targeted just the foreigners, or like?
No. So this was later on during the year.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so at the beginning I was targeting everyone, and then I realized, okay, you know what, like, this is what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Let me try build a good reputation. So I didn't even really have to do much. It was after I started promoting. It got to a point where the promoting was happening for me because it was word of mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's quite common with barbers. People would get a good haircut. It does it for you. If you got a good haircut, people will come up to you. Where'd you get that haircut? That's a nice haircut. Oh, I went to this guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Because the proof's in the pudding.
Well, here we go. And funny enough, actually, and this is quite a key point, and I want people to actually pay attention to this, because I did get to one point where, obviously at the beginning, it was very, very slow. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Maybe this whole barbering thing isn't for me.
No way.
Yeah.
You were going to give up?
Bro, I took my clippers. I was running out of money as well. And I was like, this is £500. Picture. Took pictures of my clippers, my scissors, all of that. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. Put it on Gumtree. And I was like,
way. You
that's
never
it.
told me this.
Yeah, mate. I was like, that's it.
You were packing up?
Yeah, I was like, that's it. It's not, bro. It wasn't working at the beginning. I would get like 2 people per month. That's £10 a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is why I'm saying this part is important, because it doesn't matter what you're doing, right? You have to submit to the concept of time.
Yeah.
It's always difficult.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's very difficult at the beginning. It's very, very difficult because it seems like there's no progress being made. I was cutting hair, I was trying, and it felt like every haircut was just as bad as the one before. Sometimes I'd get a lucky one where it would just turn out good, but it was probably the guy's hair texture.
Yeah.
But it just felt like, you know what, this wasn't working, and my mind was in so many places. So I was like, you know what, I'd rather the money. Let me put this on Gumtree, Facebook. So I done that. It wasn't selling. And then I remember one time, I was on my way back. I came to visit for the weekend. I was on my way back Sunday, got to uni at around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And I got a message at around 8:30, and it was from some guy. He was like, hey bro, I just got your Snapchat from some girl that I know. She says that you give haircuts on campus. Me and my boy need a trim ASAP.
Oh, sick. Hello, come here.
Well, I was shattered, and at this point I was like, yeah. At this point I was pretty much sure that
you were deading it off?
Yeah, I was like, screw this, man. I'm so tired. I had a long drive, long day, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I cannot be asked to do 2 haircuts. Bear in mind, I was a beginner. Each haircut used to take me at least an hour and a half, or an hour and 15 minimum.
Yeah.
Something inside of me was like, don't, just do it. Something inside of me was like,
it's your gut. Always follow your gut.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Something was like, you know what? Just do it. You never know. Oh, right. I remembered what it was. They were like, we'll give you 30 quid each.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to go follow your gut.
No, I just remembered.
Cash money, baby.
I just remembered. Yeah. So I was charging £5 each.
You got a 600% markup. You thought, right, let's get the stuff out the bag.
Yeah.
Cancel the ads off Gumtree. How have you never told me the story, bro?
I just remembered that part. Yeah, I was like, because I said no. I was like, nah, sorry, bro. Like, so tired, just got here, blah, blah, blah. He was like, these men were desperate. They were going out.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And it's 8 p.m. Obviously, no barbershops are open.
So they were paying you barbershop pricing.
Yeah. So they were like, we'll give you £30 each.
You were like, well, where are you? I've been waiting.
I was like, say no more. I'm waiting. Sent them my Halls address, because I was cutting hair at Halls at the beginning. Halls.
You started in Halls?
Yeah, I started in the kitchen of my flat and Halls. Shared kitchen.
The shared kitchen?
Yeah.
And what did the other people say?
Well, I mean, if any of you are watching, I do really appreciate how you took it. They were very supportive. They had absolutely no problem. To be honest, because it was once, twice a month. It wasn't that deep for them.
Oh, yeah, I guess
so.
Okay.
But eventually it did start getting annoying. Uni found out. Uni came, shut me down.
No way!
Yeah, they were like, you can't be doing this, health and safety, blah, 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 blah. So I had to convert and move to my room. Yeah. Which was jarring, but you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, those boys ended up coming. And what happened is I cut their hair, and let's just say I was so grateful. And those boys, shout out to Ravi and Mills if you're watching.
Were they your customers for a
No,
long time?
I didn't know who they were.
No,
but
since then?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
But what happened is
Ravi and Mills.
They I would say they are the reason that I didn't give up.
Oh, sick. Do they know that?
Yeah.
I think you owe them a free haircut now.
I mean, come through. Happy days. I would happily give you a free haircut now.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened is they came, and let's just say they were in the year above, so they were second years, and they were quite known.
Okay. Popular lads.
Yeah, they were like, let's just say, they were supplying people.
Okay.
And I was like, can you give me a shout out on your story? Because I know their story is popping.
Okay.
So I cut their hair. They give me a shout out. Best trims on campus. All of that. I cut their hair. Like I said, they were Asian boys. So one of them had a beard. Ravi had an easy haircut, like a buzz cut. males had a beard. And what happened was, after I cut their hair, they gave me that shout out. Again, not the best haircut, but decent enough. And I went to sleep, didn't think much of it. Obviously, I was happy that I got £60, right?
Bruv, that's 600%. Of course you're going to have a good sleep.
So I was calm. See, the next morning is where everything changed.
I was going to say, was that a pivotal moment? Or did you get your stuff out, take the haircut and put it all back for sale?
So they gave me a shout out on their stories, right?
Go on.
Next morning I woke up, 15 people have added me on Snapchat.
Nah.
Yeah, 15
Oh, sick.
people. Yeah. I got these message requests. Bro, can I get a haircut today? Bro, where's your availability looking like? Bro, I need a haircut. Bro, I need a haircut. Bro, I need a haircut. I was like, I can't believe I was going to give up. I went on Facebook, went on Gumtree, took my ads off.
Yeah. Well
I was like, that's it.
I'm back on. KO Cuts, we're back
It's
in
time
action.
to get serious. And from then, ever since then, I cut those people's hair. I put proper attention to detail. Tried to give them the best haircut I possibly could. Started telling everyone to start now shouting me out on the story
Whenever they come for a haircut.
Yeah.
Sick.
People started doing that. Like I said, word of mouth, along with the stories, it started getting out there. Names started growing. And by the end of the year, I would say I was doing, instead of 2 a month, I was doing probably around maybe 6, 7 a week.
Sick.
Which wasn't amazing.
One a day, though.
Yeah. No.
At least.
It would be like, on student nights, it would be like 4. And then the days would be
Oh, I
quiet.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be like that.
Yeah.
But what happened is I raised my prices as well.
Well, that's the thing. I was going to say, you were doing them £5 each.
Yeah.
These two boys give you 30 quid each and they
Yeah.
shout you out. So obviously they must
yeah.
have told their guys it's about 30 quid or something.
So I started raising my... Well, yeah, I raised my price. I went up to £10.
Boom,
and
double up.
£15 with beard.
Sick.
Okay, which was still undercutting the market. There was a massive gap in the market, which is what made this so successful. The barbers in Egham, where Royal Holloway is, not the one. They were old, classic, high-class.
And how much were they charging?
Barbers. £20 a haircut.
Just for the haircut.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When did haircuts just skyrocket? Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to Perfect Cuts. I think I'd pay £7 for a haircut and I'd come out looking bare fresh with the line up and thing.
I'll tell
All
you
of a
what
sudden,
it is.
now I'm spending £35 a haircut. I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what it is. When you were a kid, you were spending £7 a haircut. You also got to factor in the fact that you didn't have a beard.
Yeah.
So when you got a beard, that automatically doubled the price of your haircut, pretty much.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then obviously inflation, and then barbers lockdown. After lockdown, people just decided, you know what, everyone needs a haircut. Let's just bump up the price. They're gonna come where regardless, and then it kind of just stayed
exactly
like that. But yeah. Anyway, so
back to it.
that was a year of me cutting hair, a year of me getting some experience. I went back to the barber shop that I spent the whole summer prior to.
In the next summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back home and I was like, listen to my barber. I was like, I've been cutting hair for a year now.
Sick.
I know what I'm doing, but I'm not quite at the level where I could work here. But I reckon a bit of experience and I'm good to go.
Sick.
And because he appreciated what I'd done for him so much the last summer,
Being the
and
sidekick,
this is the reason why I've done
seed.
this.
Exactly.
He was like, you know what? Come tomorrow. I've got uniform for you. Tomorrow, very next.
Now
day,
you're uniformed up.
Yeah, uniformed
Wow.
up in there. I was like, I was like, this is exactly at that point. I was like, this is exactly what I spent all of last summer sacrificing the summer for.
This
And
is the
and
harvest
paid
of
off.
your investment.
So that summer I spent basically just watching, getting in the shop, learning, getting some more experience, scissor cutting the top and all of that.
Yeah.
And then he started giving me easy haircuts slowly until I started actually working there full time, like normal. I was doing everyone. Okay.
All within the one summer.
Yeah, within the one summer.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I'm a pretty quick learner.
Oh, well done.
So I remember saying to my boys, because I realized, okay, this is going well. Like towards the end of the year, I was like, okay, this is going well. I'm actually cutting a good amount of people's hair. I knew I wanted to build a business, but as of now, I was just a barber at uni. I was just a guy who cuts hair at uni.
Yeah.
But I knew, okay, I need to turn this into a proper professional business. So I told my boys, the one request I have, because you move out after the first year in halls, you move out to a house, right? And I told my friends, look, I only have one request, and that request is I need a place with a garage. I don't care where it is. I don't care how much it costs. I just need a garage in the house.
You already knew that was a dead setter for you.
Yeah, because my vision was convert the garage into a one-chair barbershop.
Sick.
And get it proper professional.
Yeah.
Okay. We managed to eventually, very late in the year, but we managed to eventually get a place with a garage very close to the uni.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
5-minute walk from the back gate.
That worked out.
Right. So during that summer, obviously I'm getting experience, but what I was also doing in the background was setting up the business side of it. So I remember I was sat outside, you know that spot outside the barbershop? There's that chair and desk that you always see me sitting at.
Yeah.
That was the spot. That's where I just used to sit in summer, middle of town. It was so nice, sun shining. I used to close my eyes, put my earphones in, and I'll just get so many ideas. So many ideas.
That's the thinking spot.
Yeah, mate. That was, the thinking
That was
spot.
your Newton tree.
literally. So what happened, I'm sitting there one day and I'm just praying. I'm praying and I'm saying to God, like, I really want to build this into a business, but I don't really necessarily know how. I don't know what I want to do, but I had this clear vision of me cutting hair in a garage and it getting really popular, but I just didn't know how to go about doing it. But I remember praying every single day, because one of my favorite Bible verses is actually Mark 11:24. Therefore, I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you have received them and they shall be yours. Which is basically the law of attraction.
Yeah, that is the Bible version telling us that the law of attraction. So read it again.
Mark 11:24. Therefore, I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you have received them and they shall be yours.
Bang. That is literally the law of attraction. That is the manual. How? Because a lot of people say, I don't believe in the law of attraction, and it's written in the Bible, in the good book.
It's written. The thing about the law of
believe.
attraction is it's actually common across every single culture, religion.
Yes.
They all believe in some sort of form of the law of attraction.
There are
They all
some
believe
things
if
that
you
are-
believe something is yours, it shall be yours.
Yeah, but there are some things in the world that are sort of universal code.
Yeah.
But with a different name or a different twist. But yeah, this is definitely across many different faiths, cultures, regions, areas, whatever. Time in history.
Yeah.
Like the Bible was written 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Or even more than that.
And
Some
the
of
principles
it.
still apply till
And
today.
the principle, the universal code is ask and believe, and you will have.
Well, that's it, because and this is where I fully experienced the law of attraction for myself. This is where I experienced manifestation working perfectly, because like I said, I didn't know how to get it done.
Yeah. You
So
just
I
knew
was
you were
sat
going to
there
get it.
praying, but I had a strong belief. I was convinced enough to know that it would happen. I just didn't know how.
Sure.
And every time I was in that spot, I was thinking of myself in a garage, proper professional, people coming in and out and praying for it day in, day out. All of a sudden, I don't know the perfect timing, some people call it a coincidence, I just got approached by this startup company saying, hi, we can see that you're a startup. We are also a startup company. We offer building websites. Would you like a sample for free?
Free website.
Free website. We'll create your website. I was like, okay.
What's the catch?
Nothing.
Just a free website.
They were like, we'll create a free website. If you could just give us some feedback, that would be very appreciated.
Oh wow, okay. Sick.
Yeah.
So you had a professional website.
Well, that's the thing. I knew in order for me to get serious with this business, and this is one piece of advice I would say to anyone who's looking to start a business, you have to act as if.
Act as if.
And what that means, act as if, is you have to be super professional from day one, from the start, because whenever you come across a business, the first thing people's minds will subconsciously ask themselves is, do I trust this person or business? Automatically. If you came across my Instagram page and I didn't even have a profile picture, I had spelling mistakes in my bio, really bad quality pictures, you would click off in a heartbeat like that.
Yeah, especially in today's
in
today's world where our attention, like, that's the thing about like making TikToks. They say you have to have a hook with like a 0.5 second hook, because that is how quickly we give something before we think nah, or oh yeah, this looks good. So first impressions is 100%
exactly.
crucial.
So I knew, and as I was thinking I need a business and all of that, I was like, I knew I needed to look professional, but I didn't know how, like I said. So when these people messaged me, I was like, yeah, perfect. I'm down. Let's do it. Went online, searched the kalecuts.com domain. And again, .com, even that is just professional. It's better than having .net or .org.
Yeah,
.com is professional, makes it seem more legit, and keeps people's attention, keeps people on that website.
Yep.
All right. So then what I done is I was like, all right, cool. Now I need to get a logo, because now I've got a website. I was like, okay. Everyone knows if you're creating a business, you need a logo, right? So I went on Fiverr, looked and found the first person I clicked on was just
logo design.
Yeah, it just looked like exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a student friendly type logo, and I wanted it to be some sort of representation of me. I wanted some sort of drawing or picture of me. And this was a sick little cartoon drawing. Like his portfolio was sick cartoon drawings. I was like, you know what? This is sick. Yeah. So, messaged the guy, managed to get a sick deal, sent him a picture of me. And if you don't know what my logo is, I'll put a picture up of it. It's just me, cartoon drawing, holding a pair of clippers and a pair of scissors with my arms crossed, and it says Kale Cuts.
Sick.
Which is this, right?
Yeah.
And I'll get onto that later. But made that logo. Now I've got the website. And then again, coincidence, all of a sudden, someone who knew me through other people, so we had mutual friends, he went to a school that my friends went to, messages me on Instagram, hey bro, I've just started a printing business. I was wondering if you were interested in getting any business cards made.
Sick.
And I was like, yeah.
I need them.
Yeah. Bam. Again, because he's a startup, I'm a startup, just like the website people. And all of this happened in that summer where I was sat down and praying for God's guidance.
Yeah.
I got the business cards made, and now I've got a professional logo, I've got a professional website, and I've got business cards. And on top of that, I've got high quality professional barbershop pictures. No more toilet pictures.
Yeah.
This is barbershop pictures now.
Sick.
So when I went back to uni for the second year, now I look like a business. I don't look like a guy who cuts hair.
Yep.
The only thing I had to do, which again, I managed to somehow get for free. People charge so much for this, but I managed to come across a company who do it for free. So this is what I mean, actually. It's not necessarily about spending money from the get-go. You don't want to be spending money before you're making money. But it's about trying to be as professional as you possibly can in the most money-efficient way.
Yeah, for sure.
I came across a booking system who don't charge you anything. And the best thing about it, they allow you to attach a book now button directly to your Instagram page.
That must have been a game changer.
That was a game changer and a half. Because now when you come across my website or my Instagram page, which were both very professional, you like what you see? Book now.
Bang.
And it was a time saver. Sometimes people would ask me for haircuts and I'd be like, yeah, can you come at 3 p.m? And then they just wouldn't answer me for 2 days. Or they wouldn't answer me until someone else has asked for that same time. And it was tedious and long to deal with. So now at this point, I'm a business. I'm no longer that guy. I've got a book now button. I'm super professional, and I've got my business cards. We get back. I say to my housemates, boys, take every time you leave the house, every time we'd go anywhere, we'd go onto campus, take a stack of these cards,
start handing them out,
and hand them out to absolutely every single person you see. And that's what we were doing. And again, anyone who went to uni can confirm this. Anyone who went to Holloway, that's all we were doing. Handing out business cards. And the best part is now I've got this professional website and page.
Sick.
So what I'll do is I'll give people the business cards, and because everyone was kind of just in a good mood, they're out, whatever, they'll just take it and put it straight in their pocket, put it in their wallet, whatever. Next morning, even if they forgot about it, they'll come across the card and they'll be like, oh yeah, that guy cuts hair. And what else I would do is I'd stand there and I'd get them to follow me on the spot. They'll be like, yeah, follow my page. They'll be like, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. I'll be like, follow my page. And
now.
No, not in. I made that sound very intimidating. They'll be like, yeah, follow my page. Yeah.
Go on, give us a follow. I'll do it now so you don't forget.
And they'll be like, yeah. All right, I will. I'll be like, no, do it now. Like, I'll show you my page. I'll take their phone. I'll type it in for you. Quick.
Bam.
Kale Cuts, follow. And what that does is that when they forget about it, because eventually they'll forget that they even followed me, is that I was consistently posting on my story every single day. So eventually they're going to need a haircut. My story's going to come up and they will know, okay, this guy gives haircuts.
Yeah.
So I just went and rinsed that for the year. Going person to person, face to face.
Listen, you got to get customers by any means necessary, right?
Exactly that.
Well done.
So spent the rest of that year doing that, building the business, increasing my prices yet again. And that's when I went back to Brighton for the summer. And at this point, I know, all right, I've built a decent income. This is now actually my escape route from uni. This is now like, it's no longer a hope. It's actually happening. Now I just need to scale it and then I'm ready to drop out.
So now you're back at uni, second year. You're a proper established business. You've got a book now button. You've got a following. You've got existing client base.
Yep. And I was just, along that year, I raised my prices yet again. And then third year came and that's when lockdown happened.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously I was operating inside of a house, so from the outside, it doesn't look like it just looks like a house.
You were working in lockdown in your residence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sick.
But from the outside, because obviously all barbershops were closed, so in terms of supply and demand, there was no way you could get a haircut. But I
Bruv,
was
do you
still
know how much
operating.
some barbers were charging during lockdown?
Yeah, and this is the mistake, and this is what I done differently.
Bro, some barbers out there, they were...
I know they were
because
rinsing.
they were proper rinsing, and then you're just like, yo, what do you mean 100 quid for a haircut? And they'll be like, oh, bro, if I get caught, that's the fine that I have to pay.
Yeah,
so it's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I
I
kind of
know.
want to look good, and he is taking...
Yeah, and people were so desperate, so they were like, and people just in lockdown, people just wanted to spend money. They
Yeah, that's the thing.
they-
Like, we hadn't gone out in ages. You just had money to spend, especially if the government's giving you furlough, 80% of your
Yeah,
income. You
literally,
think,
mate.
yeah, I'll pay 100 quid for a haircut. It's
Yeah.
the only time I could probably afford to pay 100 quid for a haircut.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened is, like I said, supply and demand.
Yeah,
I actually dropped my prices.
that's crazy.
Yeah, and people are like, why are you dropping your prices? You know you could charge like 40 quid, 50 quid, people still come.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you guys don't understand is if I drop my prices, I've now eliminated any reason for someone not to come for a haircut.
Sure.
Because people are going to need it. There's nowhere else to get it. The only reason that would stop them is if they can't afford it. However,
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
make it affordable, now there's no reason not to come. And what happens is, if they come and we've got lockdown for 3 months, I know that after the 3 months, they're so used to me cutting their hair that I'm
You
going to
now
retain this
have-
as a client. And
Exactly.
even after lockdown is finished, they're still going to come to me, which is exactly what happened.
Which is actually a very good business model. So the people that were charging 100 quid, if I ever paid, I didn't, I paid 60, but I think that was my limit. But if I paid you 100 quid, just out of spite, I don't think I'd come to you after lockdown.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what you
like
done
this guy.
there, rather than take £100 one time, you took £20, but now I'm your customer. So
Yeah.
the longevity of that
Exactly
relationship
that.
is going to be, at the end of the day, is going to be more than £100 in your pocket.
Exactly.
Maybe it comes in £3 £30 or £5 £20 or whatever, but it's going to come with more rather than a
Well,
one-time
you
hit.
got to think also, if you've got 5 people paying you 20 quid rather than one person paying you £100, that's 5 people with 5 different networks.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how it works. They know
Yeah,
more
yeah.
people. You have more exposure.
Sure.
Anyway, so I done that. Next year again, and at this point, I'm doing lots and lots of haircuts. People from all over the country are coming because they know they've heard from their friends at Royal Holloway. There's a guy at uni who's cutting hair, so they'll make a trip out of it. They'll come to see their friends, and whilst they're there, they'll
So
get a haircut.
your guys would go back home and they'll be like, "Yo, bro, you look fresh," and it's like, "Oh yeah, some guy at my uni is a barber. He's doing it." And then
And they'll
they'd
come
bring
to
them-
visit them, and whilst they're there, they'll get a haircut.
Show me that barber. Sick. Well done.
70 to 80 haircuts a week at the peak of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was nuts.
yeah, yeah.
It was absolutely nuts, mate. And bear in mind, I'm living the dream right now because I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm making peas. Everyone
You've
else
got
is
zero
broke,
travel time.
Everyone else is not working. Everyone else is struggling. I'm living the absolute dream. So I was like, let me milk it. I was like, I know that the demand is so high right now. So I was working absolutely ridiculous hours. But it was calm because I was working from home, and what else am I going to do?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But like I said, year went along, and I just kept getting more and more and more customers. And then the next year there was a freshers fair, so I had that, and I set up a stall, and I
Sick.
stole some random person's spot. I'm not gonna lie.
No
I
way.
didn't like the spot they gave me. They gave me such a dead spot in a corner. No one's gonna walk past me. After the little boring societies and all of that was done, you'd go to a gazebo, and that was where like there was like free pizza and all of that stuff.
Oh,
what I
sick.
done,
So
I
you
just-
set up shop
I
next to
took-
the free pizza.
I knew that everyone was gonna stop. They were
Yeah,
students.
yeah.
They were stingy. They don't have the peas. So in the same gazebo as the free pizza, right at the front, there was a little table like this. I took my little banner.
Yeah, yeah.
I put it on top of the table so that it would extra stand out. I wasn't just at the front, but my banner was on top of everybody else's.
So it looks like this is the main event, and then these are
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people,
yeah.
other businesses
And
going
I
on
had
here.
me and my boy Louis. We were standing with KL Cuts t-shirts, and I had flyers out for giveaways. And the point of the giveaway was that you get 1 year of free haircuts, and all you have to do to enter, it costs you nothing. All you have to do, like the picture, comment, and tag 2 other people on Royal Holloway. That's it.
Sick. In Royal Holloway. It's
In
gotta
Royal
be-
Holloway. That was the key point because that's
That is-
proper targeted marketing.
Exactly.
I'm not wasting my time.
Genius.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
genius.
You-
Tag me, my next 2 customers, please.
So you got first, you get yeah. So you got first years coming. They want this haircut. Second years, third years, whoever, they want free haircuts. Every student would love to get a year of free haircuts, and you're allowed to come up to once a week, so you could look super fresh throughout the whole year for free. And all you have to do to enter, like, share the post, and tag 2 other students in Royal Holloway.
Sick.
Now the smart thing is, every time you tag 2 people, each of them also have to tag 2 people.
Oh, okay.
And those 2 people also have to tag 2 people each.
I've
And
heard
they're
of that.
all- Yeah, pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's the one. I was just gonna say, yeah. It sounds very similar to a pyramid scheme, but
Yeah.
I mean, in the world of marketing,
This was a legit, good moral, no scamming.
yeah,
pyramid
of
scheme.
course,
The smart way.
just the more clever way to get your niche.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Yeah.
as you can imagine, I got so many followers. So many people entered that competition because why not?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Up to £800 of value. If you're charging £20,
Yeah.
happy days.
By then, at this point, I'm making good money.
Sick.
I'm happy with it. The business is flowing exactly how I want it to go. And I was like, that's it. It's time to drop out. So
How are you gonna break it?
well, that needs a whole podcast in itself because it was a very deep moment for my family, especially my mum. But I mean, I kept telling them along the years, like, just to let you know, I'm dropping out. I'm not getting a degree.
Yeah, but they
didn't believe
that
me.
you had the balls to actually do it.
Yeah,
They thought,
that's the problem. That's
look
the
at him
problem.
dreaming away of dropping out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their problem. I did warn them. My dad really knew it was coming. At one
Do you
point,
think?
my dad knew it was coming. Like,
Towards the end.
I told my dad before I told my mum because I was like, do you know what I said to him? Do you know what I said to him?
Listen, Giz, you're
Straight
gonna have
up.
to help me.
No, I was like, listen, I didn't talk to you. He was like, you dropped out, didn't you?
Oh,
I swear down.
just like that.
Yeah. I was like,
That would kill me. I don't know. That would take the jam
I
out
was
my
like,
donut.
No, because I hadn't.
What?
I hadn't yet. I hadn't yet.
Oh, okay. You were gauging the situation.
Yeah. I hadn't dropped out yet.
Okay, you're like,
I was like, I need to tell them first. But then I was like, hold on. I said no. I was like, hold on. If he was already expecting it,
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
it.
I meant yeah. And then I was like, let me just go along with it because if I tell them I want to drop out, it's
They're gonna
turn-
keep you in
Yeah.
there.
So I was like, you know what? I dropped out. I was like, you know what? There's gonna be the tears. They're gonna be upset. I know that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen regardless. So I kind of just have to get it out of the way. But this is why it's important to have something. If you are gonna drop out of uni, I'd highly recommend you build something for yourself, to fall back on. Because I had that, and I didn't drop out until I had that. So my mum was very emotional. My dad was a bit more logical about it. I showed him the numbers. I showed him the figures. I showed him.
What about the robot?
Oh yeah. Till this day, my dad's like, yeah, but you see, if you just stayed in uni, you could have built the next
Robot.
yeah, and that could have paid more than you'd ever make from. But it is what it is. I know what I want. I'm so happy I done that. It was the best decision of my life, and yeah, I think for me, takeaway points. What I'd say,
Go on.
starting a business isn't. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Starting a business is as simple as this: finding a problem, creating a solution for that problem,
Absolutely.
branding,
Absolutely.
monetizing, and promoting that solution. That's it. That's all you need for a successful business.
I think I would go further. You can have a successful business without figuring out a solution to a problem, but if you want to make generational wealth, find the solution to a modern day problem. And
Yeah.
people seem to think that because we live in this world full of technology and answers and ease and whatnot, that everything has been done or there's no other problems.
Well, that's the
But
thing.
for example, the modern day problem now is that these phones keep running out of juice. So somebody had to think, right, what can I do? I'll create a portable battery pack.
Yeah.
100 years ago, this wouldn't have been a problem for them to find a solution to.
Well, that's the thing.
So-
There's always more and more problems.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
if you can find a solution to a modern day problem, I really believe that is where you go from making a living to making generational wealth. Absolutely.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say is I genuinely believe that motivation is the most misunderstood concept.
What do you mean?
Because I think motivation, actually I know motivation is a byproduct of just getting work done. It's a byproduct of an experience. People sit around like, I want to do this, but I just have no motivation at all. As if motivation is this thing flying in the air and it's going to
They need
attach
to
onto
grab
you
it.
and then,
Yeah.
and then you're suddenly going to get motivated. No, I'm telling you, why do you think you get motivated when you watch a workout transformation video? You watch some guy go 50 kilograms down in a 3 a.m. You know what it's like, them 3 a.m. ones where you're
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
and then you feel like you're on top of the world and you're so motivated. It's because it's an experience. You're seeing someone else's work done. So it's a byproduct. So I would say discipline first, then the motivation will come as a byproduct.
100%.
And never ever give up, because when you feel like giving up, just know you're close. That's from first-hand experience.
Sick. Well done. Well, that was brilliant. I've got to back up that comment about motivation. It comes and goes with people. So one day you can wake up feeling very motivated, and then the next day you can wake up feeling, I don't want to get out of bed, I'm unmotivated. The difference between getting up and doing it is, as you said, the discipline. Discipline
that's it.
is actually more important. Motivation makes it go faster, but discipline makes you actually turn up to
Well,
do
the
it.
difference between successful people and non-successful people is regardless of how they feel, they still do it.
Yeah,
They still get the work done.
exactly. And mate, I never knew you had everything on Facebook and you were going to sell up, but
Yeah, man. I'm not joking. I still think about it till this day. I'm like, what
Imagine.
happens if someone just messaged me? Imagine if someone messaged me and they bought those clippers. Where the hell would I be today? I have no idea.
you'd probably be still like in uni on your
Take
7th
it-
year trying to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
robots,
yeah,
innit?
literally.
Well, listen, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back again. It's been a different one, but I hope you've managed to take some things away. And as we said at the top, like, these are skills that you can use in almost any industry, whether it's getting clients or whether it's for a cake shop or a barber's.
Yeah, it's widely universal.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with entrepreneurship. It's the same thing. You have to fight through the same thing. The tiredness, the long days. It's all universal in every single business that you pursue.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and we hope to see you next week. Actually, before we go,
What about a poll?
yeah, so what we're going to do for a poll today?
Honestly, because I'm genuinely interested, I want to know, for those of you that have degrees, do you work with your degree today? That's
I'll
what
be
I
the
want.
first to answer that one, no.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see how many people actually do.
So I didn't work with my degree out of choice because I never wanted to do it. But actually, a lot of my friends that did graduate, they haven't found work in their field, so now they're doing something else. Actually, that's a sick
very
question.
common one, mate. That's the
Sick
thing.
question, yeah.
That's the thing.
So yeah, thank you, guys. We hope you've taken some value away, and we will catch you on the next one.
See, this life thing, fam, it's a mindset game. Ever since I realised that my lifestyle's changed. In the Lord's where I put my faith, and I'm blessed to have clocked this at this age. And I'm young, got a head start, that's my advantage. How many of us take this age thing for granted? Got a goal, fam, the seed's been planted. Gonna blow, cause I put my mind where my heart is. This life of mine, I've had the time to grind. And I aced it, fam, now it's my time to shine. Cause I don't wanna be all that type of guy who stays up in his mind all night. And I'm sorry, mum, I gotta take this chance. Even though deep down I know it breaks your heart. Dropped out of uni, I'm working smart. Cause I'ma make a killing from my work of art. And if I tell you the truth, I knew you'd be hurting. Honestly, I didn't know if it was worth it. Same time, I can't see my dad working. Pray to the Lord so he could confirm it. And everyone who knows me has told me the same thing. Apparently, I'm the luckiest alive. And to all you man questioning why, let me tell you, fam, I put God in my life. I give thanks to the Lord on a daily. Cause I come a long way from being a broke man. I'm chasing my dreams, so let me be me. And I'll prove to the whole world I'm a goat, fam. And many man, they call me a narcissist. Fact is, fam, I know I'm smart with it. I used to tell them my dreams and they laughed at it, but I proved them all wrong, it's a part of it. And shout out to Andrew. Honestly, I wouldn't be half the man that I am without you. Always telling me that you're so proud. Let me take this time out to say that I'm proud. The vision I have is something you'll never see. I'm trying to make a legacy. Mommy lost respect for me. Biggest dream is to retire my dad. Enough is enough, it's my time to give back. And I'm so blessed to call my parents my fam. Born and raised all the way in Sudan. Cause they came to this country cause they want me and my bro to have the life that they never had. And they say they want the best for me, but they don't understand me different physically and mentally. Even though they are my family, from the bottom of my heart I'm trying as hard as I can. But I can only be the best me is who I am. So why are you so obsessed with that degree status? Working my arse off not to be famous. Make my mum proud, that's what my aim is. Day that I've done that, that's when I've made it, yo. That's when I've made it. Mummy's approval, gas that I've gained it. Family chain, I'm gassed that I've changed it. KO cuts, fam, that's what my name is.